everyone, I'm back again and I'm shooting another quick message for you guys as I'm about to run out the door again. Really been enjoying F45 and getting back into my training, but I wanted to shoot through this message for you guys all around respect, which is super important. And first of all, I want to dive into what we need to do and how we can kind of trip ourselves up and actually not get what we really want in our relationship dynamics, in our friendships, with our family members, wherever we're interacting with other human beings. And I really want this one to be a key one for you. So basically what I want to talk into today is to uphold your standard to be respected. And I don't know about you, but I really do feel like respect is really the conduciveness of a healthy relationship. If you don't have respect, like you really can't be in a healthy dynamic with somebody else. And albeit that I think that there's different levels of respect in a way, like I think that just being a human being, we need to respect other human beings. There's different talk around it, which is, respect should be earned. I don't really buy into that. I think that everybody deserves respect, to at least on the baseline that they're a human being, right? And they're going on their own journey. Even if they do things that you don't necessarily agree with, that's a different level of respect. But what I'm really talking about is respecting people in your life because you care about them, right? And because, they deserve to have their truth respected. And that's really the basis of what I want to talk about today. And what I've been noticing is plenty of us, I tend to always, a lot of the time, I should say, not always, but a lot of the time attract clients who really battle with this ability to really go all out for other people in their lives and then not actually uphold a standard to get the same level of care back from that other person, right? And so they kind of dig themselves their own kind of grave, which is this one-sided relationship dynamic where, they're really wanting to be respectful of the other person and the other person's truth and what's going on for them and so forth, but they're not actually upholding a standard to get the same in return. And it's not about tallying up, and it's not about saying, this person's wrong. Like some of us get so caught up in our own worlds for whatever reason that is, and albeit good reasons, that we can be blind to how we're not actually, creating a really good dynamic with another human being, and maybe just kind of taking them for granted in a way. But that's not, if you're the person who is kind of being taken for granted, or not maybe getting the respect that you want, or whatever need it might be, I'm just using this as an example today. The onus is actually on you, right? Like the onus is on you to communicate with that person that you care about having a good connection with about, what's maybe going unmet and how we can solve that and how we can work together to have both parties' needs met. And that's super important for any healthy relationship dynamic. But some of us just kind of miss that, myself included, right? And we don't maybe realize what's going on until we're like, hang on a minute, like I feel like this is getting a little bit one-sided, and I haven't been actually stepping into my truth here. I haven't been noticing that this isn't working for me, and I need to uphold a higher standard in this dynamic. And it's not about making anybody wrong. What it's about is actually creating a foundation in your relationship that is conducive to long-term success, not burnout, because you didn't speak up about your needs and you're just burning yourself out and, doing all this stuff, but you're not actually educating the person in relationship with you about what you need in return. I say that with a bit of a grain of salt, because it's not about giving to get, but what it is about is knowing that you're creating a healthy dynamic by communicating about what your needs are and giving somebody the opportunity to actually come on that journey with you. And not everybody will, right? I've created in my lifetime plenty of one-sided relationships because I was so focused on, fulfilling myself through other people rather than going, no, I need to fulfill myself and I need to uphold that standard for the other people in my life on how to treat me and how to respect me and all these sorts of things, right? So you can't get from other people what you're not giving to yourself, right? So you need to, I've heard this said before, but we train others how to treat us based on how we treat ourselves. So if you're not respecting yourself, like if you're noticing that, if you're noticing that you're not getting, say, the respect that you desire from your relationship dynamics, take a look at how you're respecting yourself. Right? And what would it look like if you actually gave that thing that you're seeking externally to yourself? If you filled yourself up from within, before seeking it externally, what would that look like? And the moment you start building that up is the moment people can kind of see what it is to treat you in a certain way that's a higher standard of, what you really want to create in relationship. And I'm telling you right now, those of you who sell out your needs to meet other people's needs in the hope that that's going to create the relationship that you want, I'm telling you right now, you're doing that relationship a huge disservice because maybe that harmony might work right now, but later down the track, you're going to end up resentful. You're going to end up feeling taken advantage of or taken for granted. And really, you're not the victim here. Really, the onus is on you to communicate about what your needs are and first of all, fulfill your needs from within so that you set a great standard for what you expect to receive also in a healthy relationship dynamic. So really, really hope that this is resonating with you guys and just gets you thinking about where in your life, you're expecting to be treated a certain way, and maybe you're burning yourself out treating other people in the way that you want to be treated, but you're actually not giving that to yourself and you're not setting a good example as to how you want to be treated in your life because you're not respecting yourself, and expecting others to respect you or whatever the need is. So it's super important to look at that and to look at what you think you need and to first of all just give that to yourself. And, I've been having some experiences in my life that have just awoken me to this. I've been a little bit blind to this part. And that's the beauty of personal development, right? There's always another layer. There's always something more to discover about yourself that you've, been a bit blind to. And one of them has been just respecting my own truth and my own decisions and having other people around me not question me over and over and over again, but actually go, okay, we've been through this and now I'm going to respect that that's your truth, right? And that's actually a new standard that I've just been setting in my own life. And yeah, it's all, it's just very empowering to just find these things out about yourself because previously to just kind of making this little discovery right now has been me kind of selling out my truth to make sure other people feel like their truth is heard, right? And that's a good quality to have to make sure that you're able to respect other people's truths, but never at the expense of your own, and you should own your own truth and respect your own truth enough to set that standard for other people to also do for you. And and that's how we make choices in our relationships about which directions to take. Are people there to support us in the way that we want to support them too? Is it healthy? Or do we have to sacrifice something in order to stay in connection with this person? And that's never going to be healthy. And never do it for the reasons of creating and maintaining a relationship, because like I said earlier, it will always end up in disaster when you're selling yourself out, resentment, feeling taken for granted, disempowering yourself. It's never the healthy realm of relationship. So that is my message for you guys today. I really do have to head off pretty quickly, so I definitely want to check in with you guys before I do. So make sure you're dropping me a comment. Let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. Have you got any questions or comments or words of wisdom that you'd love to share on this topic? I always, always, always love getting to connect with you. So let's dive in and see who's been able to join. I've got Justin, much love to you, my friend. Great to have you back each day. And Dave is here, hello to you. And Judy and Josie and Madeline and Ty and Hassan. I'm doing really well, I hope you are as well, Hassan. And Tony's here and Daryl and Renee. Renee, hi there, I needed to hear this. Oh, I'm so grateful when these messages hit home just as you need them. So thanks for letting me know, Renee. Lovely to have you here. And Kate's here as well. And Justin, wow, amazing, so true. Loving that this is resonating with you, my friend. And Farene's in the house, beautiful. And Thomas from Portland, Oregon. Awesome, I love hearing where you guys are from. I've never been to Portland, must get there at some stage, but I love when you guys show up. And Barry, hello to you, my friend. Great to have you here. So really appreciate each and every one of you guys for joining me live. I know I do these at all kind of random times, so really appreciate you showing up and joining in the conversation. I really hope this message has served you, and as always, I'm sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, that you're doing something super empowering, and today's message has definitely served you. I'm about to run out the door. My body is super sore because this will be I think my 4th session in a row after 3 whole months out of the gym, recovering from a bit of a hand injury and going into some deeper work where I actually discovered that my, a little bit of an addiction to training was actually preventing me from doing some deeper inner work that I really needed to do. So yeah, it's been an interesting journey, but I'm happy to have integrated more of my ability to go into my feelings without getting into the body and going for it, and actually integrating both of those in a more healthy way. So awesome. And Thomas, if you ever come, you have a place to stay. Oh, thank you. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate such kind generosity. All right, guys, I'm sending you all of my love, and I'll see you tomorrow.